I'm gonna record, excuse the frizzy hair and all that stuff, but I'm going to record my reaction. This might be edited because a lot of this is talking about non-related thing to us and nothing. But um minute 20:44 or so, I'm like, this was my second big reaction. I'm like, I need to record this. This is like crazy. So Claire was just saying how Rainn Wilson was amazing and so kind and not intimidating, and they were really trying to cultivate on the set this vibe of making sure people feel safe and not intimidated and stuff. And Sarah is about to say, well, the thing is, Justin is just like that. And Claire is like, yeah, yeah.
Felt safe. And he, wow, what a gift. What a gift.
The irony is Justin is just like that. And like you things from the ends with us set. So you hear two different sets. It's like, wait a second, which set was it? Was it the set that Brandon Sklenar talked about, where it was amazing?
Yeah.
Or was it the set that Brandon Sklenar talked about?
Honestly, it's so tricky. Especially, I don't know. Because I wasn't there, so I don't know what it was like.
I was.
You were there. Was it bad?
No.
Oh, God.
Justin never has a bad set. Yes, it was the worst set he's ever been on, but no, it wasn't bad. I was there on set. It was, Justin is really kind and loving, and he's like Rainn. So you imagine Rainn's running a set. It's just, it's the Baha'i set. It's never going to be like that. No, it was just, everything was made up. It was manufactured, and it was manufactured on purpose in order to take Justin down.
It sucks. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry because I know the intentions of making the movie were with such a purpose. I'm sorry to have this going on. I'm hoping
it didn't take Justin down.
No, I'm hoping it's winding down. Fingers crossed.
I think it's going well. Hollywood's still got a hold of it.
Yeah. That's because it's quiet. Again, August, man. August.
They didn't even know.
This video from this TikToker.
They didn't even know.
I love her. She is just she is a pro. I think she's in her 50s.
I literally just got goosebumps hearing that. Because it's been so long, and if it goes to trial, it's going to be another same amount of months, and you just kind of get lost in the minutia, and it's not that you lose track of who's who, what's what, and all that stuff, but you just get tired, and being not involved in it, you can check out of it. You don't have to be as present with what's going on and the unfairness on whatever side you believe is unfair. But to hear this, and this was supposed to be I mean, just her credibility. What is she going to say? Oh, well, what was I supposed to say? Of course, I was tooting Justin on because this is my employer that I'm talking to, and I'm not going to say bad things about him. Well, no, because if you said, if what you claimed that Justin was so bad to, and he was told to not be on set because he was so bad to you or whatever, if that's what you're claiming, then yeah, your employer and you would know about that. Steve is basically in a way above Justin and above everyone, sort of. And so he would know the situation, and she would know that he would know, or she would say yeah, I don't know, she wouldn't be so positive about him if she had complained about Justin and got him thrown out of the set or from being involved at all. So it is really weird. I'm going to say that she is kind of fakey, very American woman type of thing. So, but at the same time, the baseline, we don't know the baseline, and what we have so far as the baseline is that she has not indicated, even in her tone of voice or the words that she has used in this recording that she had any negative association with Justin. Could that be? Sure. But she has continuously said, like, that's tough. I'm sorry about that. It's painful to see. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm curious if, because she was recording this and she wasn't being recorded, I'm curious if she was censoring herself from saying anything positive or too positive about Justin or whatever. If she had the agenda to like catch something or whatever, if like she had worked with Blake, allegedly, an opinion and a hypothesis. If she had, been told, hey, record this conversation and see where it goes and all that stuff. And so, or she was not even working with anyone, but she wanted to like capture something. And so, I mean, clearly, because that's why you record something. Unless she records all of her meetings, which is also possible, coming from someone who has recorded a lot of stuff in my time, just in case, even if there was no like controversy or anything like that, anything bad. But yeah, so unless she could be censoring herself and just saying like positive things or just like minimizing what she's saying, but it's just not looking good as a piece of evidence against Justin, because you're not saying anything bad about him. And Sarah's just said the irony is that Justin is just like how she described Rainn Wilson to be, which was super like kind and loving, and I don't know, loving, but kind, and respecting everyone and coming in and shaking everyone's hands and being very personable and stuff. And she said, yeah. And so like you didn't, as evidence, there is no evidence of, well, she actually meant and she actually thought differently. Well, but you literally didn't say that. So that's not evidence that, right? Oh my gosh, hold on, let me continue. Almost.
She like breaks it down to like educate people, to also make them better consumers.
She's talking about this TikTok
Being like, hey, is what you're
PR person explaining how August is like the worst slash best, depending on where you look at, for things to blow up, because they'll blow up because it's quiet, and so any little drama will be like amplified. And also something that sounded like people are on vacation or not, very much in the office, like PR people and stuff, so they're not as putting out the fires as as normal or something like that.
It's like, who could it be? Like breaking it down to everything to make people more informed readers.
Oh, and there was this other part. Wait, so I'm in minute 22. There's minute 14. That was like,
So, basically.
Who was it Sony or was it?
So public? This part.
Yikes. That's icky.
The most exhausted.
Oh, I'm sure.
Everybody.
Well, she was, I'm sure, the go-between with Sony, right?
He was the go-between. He was the one who was taking the brunt of the hits, because you didn't see the brunt of the hits, like the slam jobs on us.
Oh, I didn't.
No, because nobody saw it.
Right.
Jamie was stopping it. So Jamie was stopping the worst of the worst. Oh. There was a point where they were trying to slam the Baha'i faith. He got that done and out. So, basically...
Who was? Was it Sony or was it public? Yikes.
There was, like, probably, like, a gesture. Like, guess who? Guess who could be? And it was either Sony or it was alluded to be someone else, but it was not the public. Clearly. And she said, yikes, that's icky. That's icky. So... if it's not Sony, it was understood that it was like Blake, or, it was not the public. That's for sure.
That's icky.
Oh, they went after everything we had. Luckily, I was out of it. So, like,
I'm glad.
Nobody mentioned me. I mean, but that's because I'm.
They went after everything we
I'm
had.
nobody.
And you didn't know what was coming, did you?
Let me tell you, it's kind of a blessing.
I know. Well, that's right.
And listen to
No,
this
there's all
part.
these things that, well, because Blake and Ryan paid for the movie. I'm like, really? Really? Send me a check.
Every time I've seen
I didn't even see. This is so interesting because I didn't really hear or see this part, and that's where it's so interesting when you're Blake or like whoever. And I think their way of like just like, oh, let them think what they think, it'll blow over or whatever. Let the pieces fall where they may. We know who we are and whatever. And the thing with that is true because I honestly didn't know most of the people, most of the audience, most of the people watching movies or anything didn't know almost 90% of what was happening or what happened or whatever. And not even, I would say like we knew maybe 5%. Like on the average person knew 5% of what was being said or, fires put out or whatever. So imagine that. You went to this lawsuit and amplified and you just like aired your dirty laundry that no one knew and no one. And so like people would just have been like, okay, cool, whatever, fine. And it would have blown over, but you just pushed and pushed and pushed. Like that doesn't make sense. And for what? Because the things that she alleged in her complaint, Blake alleged in her complaint that Justin and or Jamie did, or Sarowitz even, were not even the like big deals. They were not even like, they were not big deals. They were just not something that, it's just nothing. And it might have not even been true, or it was spun, we don't know. But that's the thing with this, like I didn't know that people were saying Blake and Ryan paid for the movie. And if they paid for the movie, then how, riddle me this. If she was a victim, how did they pay for the movie? But they're saying that they paid for the movie. How did they pay for the movie and they were in charge, and yet she was the victim when they were the boss? I think they were just grasping at whatever straws to get their hooks into the IP, the movie, the whatever, because they tried so many different angles that didn't work, and this lawsuit worked the most. And they're like, okay, so if we say that we paid for it and whatever, like that's not working, so like what else do we need to do? Their story kept changing. It seems like I didn't even know about that part. And there's another part coming up that Claire says that Blake, she was seeing like comments that Blake had sold her cut back to, and she doesn't say, like probably Sony or to Wayfair. And she's like, I'm like, that's not how it works. You Wayfair owns the footage. And that the comments were saying because they bankrolled the movie. And she's like, but that's not how it works. And she was just in disbelief. And yeah.
Seen that, or some of the comments I see, or on the flip, they'll say that Blake sold her cut back to, and I was like, that's not how it works. You own the footage. Like, that's not how it, and people will say it so confidently. And they'll be like, yeah, because they bankrolled the movie. And I'm like, that's not how that's not how it works.
Right, but we just sit there quietly and let them think what they want. And, ultimately we're not going to,
This is funny.
But Blake and Ryan are billionaires. I don't think they are, actually.
No, and even if then, like, everyone has a stake in everything.
But he is. I think he did his homework. I don't think they did their homework.
It's a lot. And yeah, I think it was just fanning the flames.
That's when she starts talking about the person. Let's continue on back to minute 22. But that was my first like.
But yeah,
I've read more of that. I've never was on TikTok before. I've read enough, but
right.
Seems like TikTok, Instagram are pretty pro Justin.
Yeah.
There's Reddit is a little bit more even, but Reddit just seems mean spirited.
Reddit can be very weird.
Reddit
I've
is
been on
weird.
some pages that are like, so like for plus size fashion and stuff, it's very supportive. But I think it's also, there are different corners of it where people go just to be like terrible.
Yeah.
Reddit freaks me out. Reddit freaks me out.
Well, they're both assholes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, Reddit freaks me out.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
That's the thing.
You haven't read anything. You haven't watched anything. You're just trying to be mean.
Yeah, and like that's the thing. We're also there's a big push right now about parasocial relationships. Like I don't know if you know the singer Chapel Roan. She just blew up this year. She was like an indie artist. I want to say like 6 months ago, and like completely blew up. And she actually came out this week or last week on a podcast talking about that it's not okay to stalk people because they're famous. It's not okay. Like you don't know me.
I think it makes sense with Reddit because it's not video or photo. I mean, Instagram would be weird, but like with Reddit, it's literally forums. So people of all different opinions come together and make their own little corners. So depending on where you'll see what you'll see, it'll be for or against someone or something.
And
so
like, it was very honestly brave because people are like, well, you know, I made you. And she's like, no, like, I don't owe you anything and my family's in danger right now. And people keep trying to touch me and keep trying, you know, and like putting up that kind of boundary to be like, we don't know each other, but people form these parasocial relationships, right? Of where they're like, oh, I know you. I've known everything you've ever made. And I, you know, they attach their hopes and dreams to a person who's human, who they've never met or like haven't worked with, or, you know, it can just be really scary. It can be super scary.
You know, I wonder, side note to that, I wonder if that's why it's better to not blow up and it's better to have an incremental rise and be prepared and not go from 0 to like 1,000 people like thinking they know you. But I think it's also like the type of audience that you have. It's not just every audience, you know, that forms the same type of entitlement.
I don't know. But I'm sorry it's been so... Are you able to take a vacation soon, Steve? Do you get to rest your brain?
No, but mine isn't so bad. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Jamie, we're working till 11 o'clock at night. I just checked in occasionally. Yeah. There was a week that was long for me when we thought we were going to have to go into court.
Oh, God.
I still don't know that we won't have to go into court. Sure. I just know that for right now, it seems like detente. And then if they persist and they push...
Detente, I think he said. Like, I know it, but I don't know how to translate it. Like, like stoppage. That's not a word. How do you call that? The definition is easing off hostility and strained relations. But it's like in my mind, it's like, you know, when it's like pause kind of anyways. But yeah, that was what, in August or September or something. They were talking
limits, and we'll go to court, and then it's all on me. Then I'll be working harder than...
Oh,
scary.
interesting.
It can be super scary.
Sorry, I went back because
I'm sorry.
I froze him in the middle of the sentence.
Do you get to rest your brain?
No, but mine isn't so bad. I'm okay. Yeah. Jamie, we're working till 11 o'clock at night. I just checked in occasionally.
I feel bad for Jamie because I feel like, I don't know, all that I saw of Jamie, he seems like a tough guy. But like also maybe because of the text that we saw and stuff, he also seems very like heart and soul into it. Whereas I feel like Justin is also like that, but he's more like, he seems more I almost want to say spiritual, but not that one is more spiritual or religious kind of spiritual than the other, but just I'll just do some breath work kind of thing. I don't know, but yeah, maybe because he's saying that Jamie took the brunt, I just feel worse for him now.
There was a week that was long for me when we thought we were going to have to go into court.
Oh,
and
God.
I still don't know that we won't have to go into court.
Sure.
I just know.
Sorry, I just paused it at the same time. So in August or before, they almost went to court then. So this whole thing, and it makes sense, Blake working with or like signaling to the Times or New York Times or whatever that, hey, like, I'm about to do this, and working to put the complaint together and all that stuff makes sense. And it's showing like that really did happen that way.
Know that for right now, it seems like Daytona. And then if they persist and they push to the limits, then we'll go to court. And then it's all on me. Then I'll be working harder than Jamie did, because
it's gonna be protecting the studio, right?
I will protect the studio like Israel protected itself from Hamas.
That's the line. That's the line. I guess it is interesting. It's not really fazing me. I don't take it politically, especially at that time. I feel like, these people, I think he was Jewish of origin or something. Before Baha'i. I think he's Baha'i too. I mean, I don't think that he wouldn't be Baha'i and being Wayfair and stuff. But someone, I think, was saying that he was Jewish before, and so it makes sense. I don't know. I don't feel like, literally, what he just said was that he will protect the studio like Israel protected itself from Hamas. So breaking that down to him, he will go in protective mode. He will not go in offensive mode. Notice that he did not say, like, I don't like them, let's just get on the offensive. He said, if it gets to that, I will be protective, or, well, whatever he said, but he will be protecting the studio like Israel protected itself from what Israel perceives to be terrorists. And, whether you or I perceive that to be the thing, that was very much the consensus vision at that time last year and throughout this year, some of this year too. And I can for sure see how in Israel's mind, Hamas is the terrorist group. So he, likened these people that were trying to tear them down, tear the production, tear Justin, tear everything that they built down as terrorists, because, they got in, infiltrated, and wanted to take over. So, he could have said it the opposite way if he wasn't Jewish, maybe. If he was Palestinian, he maybe would have said the other way. I don't know, but
Video like Israel protected itself from Hamas. There were 39,000 dead bodies. There will be 2 dead bodies when I'm done, minimum. And so, not dead, but dead to you're dead to me.
You're dead to me.
So that kind of dead, but dead to a lot of people. If they ever get me to that point, then I'll make it worth their while, because I'm going to spend a lot of money to make sure the studio is protected. But I don't think we'll go there.
Yeah, I hope.
Seriously, I'm sorry. I know they're like, oh my gosh, their egos are probably like, oh my gosh, see, we told you. I don't care. I'm sorry. I do not care about Blake and Ryan's egos, because it's not about egos. It's about fairness and correctness. I don't know. Being correct. And I don't think, ethically, I don't think he said anything bad. Morally, ethically, according to my values, I'm a human being. I might be wrong. I have my own opinion. But in my opinion, Steve did not say anything wrong. He actually talked probably quite nice compared to many people in that situation. And so, yeah, it was clear throughout this whole little paragraph here that he was talking from a defense point of view, from a defense strategy. If it gets to that point, and then he ended, but I don't think it will. And Jamie was putting out all these fires and stuff, so it wouldn't get to that point. So they wouldn't have to defend themselves. So they wouldn't have to attack Blake and Ryan. They just wanted to be done with it. And he said that earlier on, that by the time we released, we were not excited about it. We just wanted to be done with it. That was earlier on. And I'm going to stick to, from here on out right now. But they just wanted to be done. They didn't want to attack these people. They didn't want to bury Blake and Ryan. They wanted to protect themselves if it came to that. That is consistent. That's been consistent to what they've shown. This recording that he didn't even know was taking place is consistent. He could have said anything, and he clearly did not know he was being recorded, because I don't know if he would have said that in that way. So he said it, and even in how he said it, not knowing and being as aggressive as he could be, because he sounds like a very businessman type, or like the very doesn't blow up kind of time. But you could hear from the beginning, he was like really tired, really like not tired necessarily, but like he had gone through some tough stuff, in the past, or his team, and he saw his team go through some tough stuff. But I want to replay that, because again, I want to replay it all. He said that, there were 39,000, oh my gosh, and so much more now, dead people. There will be 2, or bodies. There will be 2 when I'm done, if it comes to that. Like, I want to, like...
It's going to be protecting the studio, right?
I will protect the studio like Israel protected itself from Hamas. There were 39,000 dead bodies. There will be 2 dead bodies when I'm done, minimum. And so, not dead, but dead to you're dead to me.
You're dead to me.
So that kind of dead, but dead to a lot of people.
And I do hope this will be the outcome, because in my opinion, they deserve that. They deserve to be gone from the movie scene with what they did, not just in this movie, but what has been shown and popped up from other movies of how Ryan like took over Deadpool and stuff. They need consequences. As much as this guy is a billionaire, they are the ones that are like the corrupt rich. So they need to like go bye-bye from the industry. And he even says like he cleared it out, but obviously not like actually, unalived, but like dead to me. And I like how he like puts on a joke face.
If they ever get me to that point, then I'll make it worth their while, because I'm going to spend a lot of money to make sure the studio is protected.
If they ever get me to that point, I'm going to make it worth their while, because I'm going to make sure that the studio is protected. Hear those words. Instead of focusing on what hurts Ryan and Blake's egos and what they want to use to get their way, and for them to continue stepping over other people's bodies figuratively in the industry. Before you do that, take in these last words. Or, I mean, we still have about another 10 minutes. But if they get me to that point, he had no intention to, but if he has to, he will make it worth their while. He's going to spend a lot of money to make sure the studio is protected. So just stop making it into something that it's not. Stop making it like poor Ryan and Blake, because they are not poor Ryan and Blake. They started it. They caused like so much hardship for so many people, and so much money lost that could have gone to like, I feel like it could have fed an entire country, all the money that has been spent on this lawsuit, from both sides.
But I don't think we'll go there.
Yeah, I hope not. As someone who
That's not the world I want to live in.
no,
That's not the world that I want to live in. I'm just so furious. I'm so furious. I'm so furious at the sound bites and the like manipulation of people from people like Blake and Ryan. I'm so furious, so furious.
no, I hope it goes away. I just hope it goes away, or that people lose interest or realize it's harming everyone's career.
Yeah, I think that we'll just probably for years.
Yeah.
This is not going to go away. I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon.
Yeah.
We'll have to be defensive for years because there'll be stuff coming at us. I will be defensive for years. So
yeah.
if they ever cross the line, ever, then I will go after them.
Yeah.
And Jamie at one point called me up and said, "I think we're going to need you."
Yeah.
And we have lawyers ready to go. We have our press people, our PR people working. We haven't had to engage the lawyers much yet.
That's good. That's a good sign. That's a good sign because that
nothing's
gets ugly.
Nothing's really hit our studio. It's never basically people love Justin and they still love Justin.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And if you meet Justin, how could you not love Justin?
I know. But yeah, I'm just glad that I'm just sending all the good energy. I hope.
By the way, if you didn't catch, she said, "I know." As a response to, if you meet Justin, how can you not love Justin? He didn't even say you met him. So now I'm actually wondering, was there ever even an interaction between Justin and Claire? Because
I hope it stays safe. I hope it stays safe.
Like literally, hold up. Steve Sarowitz literally said, if you meet Justin, you'll know. Are we just going to let that one slide? That it seems, at least to Steve, that Justin and Claire never crossed paths in person. They never met. I want to know now more of what she's alleging.
It's tough.
You know what? Just you were lucky you had a production like that. Almost all of our production is. Almost all of our productions are like that.
I'm glad. Ooh, I also heard, just total tangent ADHD. I heard the Hurricanes got their trailer premiered on NBC this morning.
Yeah, random.
Really?
Yeah, they got their premiere on NBC, which is so. We talked about it in our meeting on Tuesday. I'm so excited to see.
Also, I don't think that's ADHD. That's just normal human brain. But yeah, just have to make that job.
Yeah, the Hurricanes is very good. Yeah, we've been involved with some really cool stuff. Yeah. We play it, and we've got other films by other people we're playing. Yeah. We're playing a film about disabled people called Daruma. We have a film that's coming out. We have Sugarcane, which is playing now, and then we have
one thing. What else do you have?
I'm trying to think of the name of the next film. Bull Street.
Cool.
None of these I even heard of. I think one of the positives though for Wayfair is that I watched 2 movies. I'm about to watch Eleanor the Great as well that I wouldn't have otherwise because of this lawsuit. Because and they didn't want this, and the win of that is so minute because it's not like their movies are all blowing up. They're not. So it's not countering the negativity of this lawsuit. But it is a positive. It is a tiny little ray of sunshine that they got some of us watching their movies just because we got involved in understanding this lawsuit and seeing that, oh, Wayfair is not, the problem. They're not the villain in this. And so, got more curious. And I actually, despite this whole recording thing and all, I am going to watch Empire Waste. For some reason, I thought that it didn't come out yet. I don't know. I think they need a little bit better on the marketing. And I don't think like grassroots marketing. I think just plain old, like, I don't know, trailers. Honestly. Yeah. But yeah. I didn't hear any of those movies.
I was gonna ask, have you always wanted to open a movie theater, or is it
I think
something
that's
that's
so
been
cool.
percolating
Oh
on
my
your
gosh, that's
brain,
so
or was it
cool.
just
I would love to have a movie
'cause
theater. I would
a dear
love
friend
to
of
have a
mine,
movie
a dear
theater.
friend of mine who's like, she's a product manager and she's a phenomenal filmmaker as well on the side, but she's trying to switch careers and wants to open up a movie theater. So I'm loving talking to people who run them to ask what made you get into it, and also any advice you have for them I could pass along.
What is her job right now?
Product manager at Warby Parker. She's a genius. She keeps everything moving, and she's based in New York. She
Yeah,
really
blah,
wants
blah,
to move
blah,
to
blah.
Barcelona. She lived in
Not really.
France for years, right out of college or right after high school, but also supports the hell not at all.
I think the Renaissance will come, but you have to have an angle at it.
Yeah, right.
Does she have the money to withstand some bad times?
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Well, I wouldn't do it unless you had a little extra money.
I know. I think for her, it's a dream in the future, but also like she wants to learn how to run one. But that's important to know. Same thing with, that's what I love.
That's so
I'm
cool.
very close to my lawyer for this reason, where I like talking through stuff with her to be like, okay, what is the real meat and potatoes? Same thing with my accountant, right? Or I'm like, hey, how do I actually do this? Like, what's the paperwork? How much will it cost me to keep accounting going?
She's
for
smart.
this project, right? And like stuff like that.
That's
like,
cool.
knowing the nitty gritty.
That's good.
But I feel like, is there any way I can support y'all?
I feel like as director, wannabe director that I was or am, or I don't know where I am right now, I can relate, and I like hearing her say that, because oftentimes you hear more like you're just a one pony show, or one pony, or one, like, you don't really want to learn. So many people don't want to learn about everything else that goes into their film, if they're the director. But I would want to know, like, okay, teach me about the distribution of this, teach me about the taxes, teach me about all of it. I think in entrepreneurship in general, like, I would love to have a team eventually in whatever I end up doing. But I also would want to know, not to like micromanage, but to understand. And so I can help those people too. Because if you don't know their jobs, your decisions might hinder their like tasks and like what they need to do.
For Wayfarer Theaters?
And it's your thing, you know?
Just give us a shout out, give us a
Yeah.
video. A video would be great.
Video?
Saying, hey, so work with Clay on that. A video would be great.
And we're gonna be there. So like for us, especially creating that kind of a fun experience with,
You're gonna love
I
the
can't
theater
wait.
itself.
I can't wait. I love a theater. Theaters make me feel,
I want to go
this is
to
why
this
a friend of
theater,
mine-
by the way, now.
Like, theaters make us
Not
feel very
even
safe
after this,
and,
even
like,
earlier,
we're
but
about
this
to explore
definitely
the
kind of
universe.
convinced
It's
me.
always the best.
5-hour drive.
Not a typical theater.
I love it. I love it.
You heard much about it?
Wait, no, I know that the point of it is wait, do you mean the actual space? Oh wait, walk me through. No. I know about what you're offering, but I don't know about the space.
You walk in and there's a hologram of Justin and Jamie and Tara and me saying "Welcome to Wayfair." And
Oh my god, I'm obsessed.
And then there's you walk upstairs, and actually when you walk in your right, it says "Flowers of One Garden Community," so community board.
Love
Then
it.
you walk upstairs and it says "Oneness." Then there's a 9-pointed Baha'i star on the ceiling.
Whoa.
The lobby's all been redone. There's a big screen in the back showing the movies we make, and there's a cafe. And then as you walk down the hallway, there's kind of cool carpeting and ceiling. And
God, they're
there's also
talking
Lily
about
Bloom's flower
this.
shop right now.
I love that. I know I saw that from the screen from social. I did.
That's
I thought it
cool.
looked very
There's
cool.
a sign that says "Where there is love, nothing is too much trouble, and there's always time."
Love it.
At the end of the
I know
hall.
that's
So
Justin's favorite.
basically, what I'm saying is that it's a Baha'i inspired, open Baha'i inspired movie theater, but
Which
it's
is
like-
beautiful.
everyone knows, like, we will not play violent movies, we will not play horror movies,
There you
we'll only play, like, and so we've got just this ton of women-empowered movies over the next few months.
Very cool. Well, I have a question. How far is it DePaul? How far is DePaul from you?
About less than an hour, depending on traffic.
So I have a friend of mine who I met through the Blacklist, who is for them to like learn from. And I know.
Sorry, I'm like fast forwarding.
I'll ask around, especially in the
I'm a friend
of doing stuff. Because especially like for young kids of color to see stuff that they've shot on their freaking iPhone, like up on a big screen, like it's so cool. It's so cool.
We've done that.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Honestly, like that side, and it's clear where your heart
really
is
cool.
too. But it's tough with the business side of wanting to make sure you know everything. Of course, it's in the black because that's our job.
I have a friend who might want to do that for me. I got to talk to.
Yeah.
Like start doing filmmaking classes for
honestly, kids. Like when I tell you, like this is I teach, and I always offer financial aid because a lot of folks just to like clear that barrier. But what is so fun about it is it's them starting to build their own community too. So it's like having a teacher, but for them to be able to text each other, support each other, and like start building that community early instead of feeling isolated. Like my filmmaker community had my back so hard during this. Like half of them were part of my director's cut early screening when I was like getting notes.
That is so
and
awesome, though.
We support the hell out of each other. And
that
like,
is so awesome.
Early as a young creator, I mean, no brainer. And making, especially since you have a cafe, making it a place to hang out and like bring your ideas. Something I had for an idea down the road was having like a little board of like looking for creatives, like looking for a cinematographer, looking for a, like kind of a thing where you can hang out. So like even turning your cafe into that kind of a supportive space for filmmakers.
They should do that.
We've got a lot of work in front of us right now.
I know.
Anyway, I better run so I can have my break today.
Go have your break, and it was great talking to you. And I'm just sending all the love. I do hope it calms down. I will say.
It's going to calm down. It's already calmed down.
Good. I'm glad. All right, my friend. It was great to see you. Thanks for hanging out.
Just wait. We'll see each other in person in 1 month.
I'm so psyched.
She's
I'll send you all the good stuff.
bubbly, and he's so matter of fact.
I'm really looking forward to getting it out there, and I'm glad that I couldn't believe we weren't going to do anything.
I know. I was a little bummed too. I know that, but also it's such a huge ensemble, and it's such a small budget film, and Blue Fox is putting up a lot of cash to do a lot of this stuff, which I'm so grateful for. So for us, what I'm going to try to do between you and me is
I'll say that
I'm
much more like him than her. I cannot be this bubbly. This bubbly gets on my nerves. As a Romanian, it gets on my nerves. Just stop, lady. Just be normal. Just be human. Why are you so bubbly?
But when I tell you how excited people are,
everything's like, oh my gosh, so amazing.
It's unreal.
That's wonderful. It was be a sleeper hit then.
Honestly, really cool. That's what everyone's saying. It's very cool. I'm not getting.
It would be great if we have another hit for Wayfair, and we're gonna.
No, right? And that's the thing.
But it wasn't
a female-led project, right? Of really all female department heads, everyone working on this project.
I think they're just too niche. They're too
casting call because the casting agencies didn't have people.
They
didn't have them.
So, not Hollywood blockbusters, and I don't think that. I think maybe next year, in the coming years, that's going to be more of a hit.
So,
but I think this year still having the blockbuster
very excited.
And not the message.
I think I told you another first-time director we supported.
Yes, a woman named Scarlett Johansson. Yeah,
I'm
so excited for her. I'm so excited.
We're trying to get her first big break. Maybe people will hear her.
But Scarlett Jo, who? I can't. I love it. No, but honestly, every time you're a first-time feature director, it's your first time being a feature director. It's tough. I love that.
She was so cool, calm, collected, and confident.
No,
and nice.
Which is what you want, and just professional, right? You want someone who's professional, who
I don't. It's so interesting because you work with so many people, and almost everybody's nice. And then there's Blake, who's just totally different than everyone else. It's not to say anything bad about her, but she's different.
There you go.
And I don't. I think for the most part, most people see what we're doing, see we're nice, nice back. Even
that's just so precious.
And I just think,
the truth.
Forgot to learn how to be nice.
The industry. I left it for a while.
I forgot how to be nice.
There was a reason I was originally going to make this movie in my hometown. It's a tough, icky place. It can be a very icky place.
I think that there's a lot of good people out there. So what we're doing is we're figuring out who we want to work with, who we don't want to work with, and then we'll just work with them, and then it's done. And anyway, have a wonderful day. I'll see you
too. I hope you enjoy your
I want to
break.
replay that because I was just.
Tell all your friends.
I will. No, I'm going to send the invite out. Absolutely. And I just have them.
Maybe people will hear it.
I mean,
I need to replay that because I was too like distracted by like
honestly,
just
every
reacting.
Time you're a first-time feature director. It's your first time being a feature director. It's tough.
Oh my gosh, Steve.
She was so.
That was just perfect.
No,
That was so honest.
And nice.
Which is what you want, and just professional, right? You want someone who's professional, who like.
I don't. It's so interesting because you work with so many people, and almost everybody's nice. And then there's Blake, who's just totally different than everyone else.
I'm sorry, that was like the best thing I've heard throughout this whole thing. He didn't even say like, then there's Blake, she's like horrible. He said she's just different. Because it's true. I mean, allegedly, not my opinion because I've not met her, but allegedly from many people who have worked with her and met her, she is not nice. She is not nice. She's someone you want to stay away from. That's what people say. So here's another person who said that most of them are nice, and then there's Blake. I mean, boy, that was ice cream that I didn't expect. That was the cherry on top of the ice cream. I mean, that was just something I did not expect to get today from this.
I'm sorry.
It's like, not to say anything bad about her, but
No.
she's different.
There you go.
And I don't. I think for the most part, most people see what we're doing, see we're nice, and they're nice back. Even if they weren't perfectly nice. And I just think some people forgot to learn how to be nice.
The industry. I left it for a while.
Some people forgot or something how to be nice.
Steve, I left it for a while. There was a reason I was originally going to make this movie in my hometown. It's a tough, icky place. It can be a very icky place.
I think that there's a lot of good people out there. So what we're doing is we're figuring out who we want to work with, who we don't want to work with, and then we just work with them, and then it's done. And anyway, have a wonderful day.
You too. I hope you enjoy your break. It's good to see you.
They stumbled over the wrong person.
I will. No, I'm going to send the invite out. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Have them RSVP to play, right? I think.
I hope they get all the money back from this lawsuit.
Awesome.
I hope they get treble damages.
Talk to Elise and Clay and ask who they want.
Perfect. I will.
I actually think that it's probably better having it go through Elise and her team, but ask them who they want it to go through.
I'll ask. Awesome. Thank you, Steve. I hope you have a good rest of your week.
You too.
Bye.
I'll see you.
Oh, same. I can't wait.
This is the beginning.
Thank you. What's up, Steve?
I'll let you in Steve chat.
Awesome. Great to see you, Elise.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
She's so bubbly. Oh my god.
Oh, she's awesome. What's up? She's awesome. Your whole team is I just want to say thank you. Like, everyone has been so wonderful to work with. And I'm a big believer when you see people doing great work to be like, you're doing great work.
Anyways, I'm sure you heard the beginning and all that stuff. I'm just going to post this and put this out there. This was amazing. I am so grateful that she recorded this. I know people are going to pick on the 2 dead bodies or whatever. But it was very clear what he meant. It was very clear what he said, and it was very clear the stance and the intention and where he was coming from was from a point of being defensive if it comes to that. Like, he said that a couple of times. So I don't even want to hear it, but I know we'll all hear it that like, oh, he said that. Okay, cool, whatever. I think at the end of the day, honestly, whatever this lawsuit will be and all the stuff, at least like this type of stuff made me secure in my personal opinion and my personal belief around this whole thing. And if I ever do make it, if that's where I'm going as far as like filmmaking, all that stuff, I would work with these people. And I hope that Wayfair and Steve and Justin and Jamie and everyone else there at Wayfair keeps their jobs, keeps doing what they're doing, rides this very tough wave that they got, and just keeps going and does not give up and is not taken down and keeps connecting themselves with others and others with others that make good movies. And as he said, as I was starting to take notes, but since I started recording, I didn't. So I don't remember exactly his words, but well, I think it was pretty much that he said that's not the type of world or the kind of world that I want to live in, meaning the world where, he goes after these two individuals and ruins their life. That's not what he wanted to do. That's not, he was, and oftentimes people are pushed to that and then said, oh, but you're the villain. It's kind of like that, those, what we know now as abusive behavior, that abusers will like start filming when after they like egged someone on to the point that they're having a breakdown and screaming and yelling and being violent even. And then they're like, oh, see, look, I'm the victim. They are the ones that are attacking me. But you don't see the before. You just see when the abuser, who's not the victim, but is trying to portray himself or herself as the victim, themselves as the victim, is filming and catching on camera, what he instigated. Or she, sorry. Is it internal bias or whatever? So yeah, I believe that's what is happening, and I'm very grateful, as painful as this is for them. I'm very grateful that we have seen so much of the behind the scenes that I rest, you know, surely or whatever, comfortably. I don't think comfortably, but I'm sure in my belief and my support, and I stand by them. I stand by Wayfair. I stand by Steve Sarowitz, Jamie Heath, and Justin Baldoni, and everyone else that, has been dragged into this or has had the consequences of this lawsuit from the Wayfair side. I hope their theaters don't close. There's two. There's in Utah. There's in Utah and in Illinois, the two. And I hope they keep making movies, and I hope Eleanor the Great does great. It's not really my type of movie. I saw The Senior. The Senior was a bad movie. That one was a bad movie, but great message. I loved Indian Boy, but that's kind of coming up like, oh, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, but like, I don't know. I hope they get through this. They deserve it. I hope the good people win. And I do believe that Wayfair and Wayfair's side of this lawsuit are the good people. I really believe that in my heart of hearts and souls of souls. That's my opinion based on the information that I have right now. And man, yeah. Was the famous line of Israel and stuff, was that like in poor taste? Again, I don't think so. With the context, let me look this up. He was raised Jewish, but later embraced the Baha'i faith. Yeah. So with that, that was from Forbes profile on Steven Sarowitz. So from that point, yeah, I think it makes sense that he, in his mind, Israel was in the right. Israel was protecting itself, and it makes sense. Politically, I don't have that. I don't share that same political belief, I guess, or whatever. But even so, I do not take offense. And I mean, I'm not the person on either side. I'm neither Jewish nor Palestinian nor Muslim nor anything. But So, like how it affects me is not that important. It's important how it affects other people. But logically I can understand, and I don't think it's inexcusable. But yeah, it wasn't even in poor taste because of the context, but yeah, I don't think I personally wouldn't say that. And I, no matter, even if it was something else, like even if it was like how Romanians protected themselves from whatever, which we didn't. So yeah, we kind of suck at being protecting ourselves, I think, but also no one cares about us at the same time. Um but yeah, I think yeah, more maybe to come. I just wanted to get this out because after the second bombshell, and I didn't even know about but and then there's Blake. the, the third bombshell. I'm glad that I caught that on camera in real time. Oh my gosh. All right. Bye.